Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Learning Go High Level with Jacob. And today we're gonna be doing another tutorial, but we're gonna be focusing on one of the newer features, the webinar funnel. And I'm super excited about this feature. I use webinars a lot in my marketing business, my real estate business. And this is something that you can do not only to grow your business and get more leads, but if you are going to resell this platform to other companies like coaches or content creators or real estate agents, this is a great platform for them to use as well, because webinars are super popular and it's a high converting tool that allows you to give something of value, but also an upsell as well. I use these when I built my Google Business Profile course for real estate agents. I brought them in and showed them 3 things that they could do today to help optimize their profile. So I gave them 3 more of the basic things. And then if they wanted to learn more, I gave them a great deal on getting access to the course for attending the webinar. And you can do that right inside of this platform, which makes me love High Level even more because it helps keep everything in one platform, not just for us, but for our clients as well. So I'm gonna show you how to do this from beginning to end on how to set it up, because you can do pre-recorded and live webinars as well. Now, one thing I want you to know, is this like the other platforms? No, I was paying about 90 bucks a month for Easy Webinar. It was a great platform, had a lot of analytics and things like that, a lot of options and customizable things, but I didn't need all of those. And this works perfect for me. So don't get it where the live webinar is going to be hosted right on there like it would on those platforms. You will still need something like Zoom, which we'll talk about when we do this. But this is a great way, especially if you're doing pre-recorded, to have your webinar. That way all of your leads are going in there. You don't have to set up another automation. This just makes using High Level even easier. So I'm going to show you all the tips and tricks on how to set it up from beginning to end, some recommendations that I give, and I'm going to share my screen. So let's dive in. All right, so we're inside of High Level, and what we're going to be doing today, you would navigate to the Sites tab and then click on Webinars. And you can see this is a new feature. Sites is where everything's going to be controlled with your website. So funnels, websites, stores, analytics, blogs, WordPress, if you're doing hosting, your client portal, forms, surveys, quizzes, chat widgets, and QR codes. So all of those settings will be in here. Today, we're going to be focusing on the webinar funnels. Now, if you don't have access to High Level, maybe you've been thinking about getting it, you can use my affiliate link down below. And instead of getting a 14-day free trial that High Level gives you, you can actually get a 30-day free trial with mine. So go get it, and then you'll get access to all of our online communities. You'll get a free coaching call with me on onboarding calls, so we make sure that you're using it the way you want to and can access my 17 years of marketing experience. And then if you don't need your own High Level account, you just need your own sub account, you're not going to be reselling it, then you can take a look at our High Five Connect platform. It's our white label version that we did of High Level, and you'll get all of our additional support and setup with that. So go take a look at that. So if you're already in High Level, it is very easy to create these webinars, and I love webinars. Now, one thing I want to point out that I talked about in the beginning, these aren't going to have all of the same functionalities that something like Easy Webinar will have. But what I noticed with High Level is when they roll out a new feature, they quickly roll it out the basic format that they can, just to get it out there and you can start using it. Just like when they did communities, now it's starting to look more like School and other platforms. So now we'll probably see more features come like Easy Webinar, but this saves me 90 bucks a month. I don't need all those extra things. Plus I had to set up Zaps and automations for those. Now that it's in here, I don't have to worry about those third-party tools. Everything's in one platform. So there's 2 types of funnels that you can use. You can use an on-demand webinar or a live webinar. Let's go over when you would use each one. So a lot of the times when I roll out a new course, I just do an on-demand webinar. I will go pre-record it. You can use Loom, Zoom, OBS, whatever software you want to do to record your webinar. And I usually do a slideshow, I introduce myself, and I talk like it's live. I don't mention specific dates or times, but I talk like it's a live webinar to keep people engaged. Now, I do see a better turnaround time for on-demand webinars that you allow people to watch immediately. Before in the day, we wanted to look like this was live, so people thought they could come and ask questions. They can still do that through here. However, you don't want them to wait, because I noticed conversion rates would go down if I gave them an option. Let's say today's Monday. and I gave them an option for 11, 3, or 5. If I have to have them wait till 5 o'clock to do it, something's going to come up that they're not going to attend. But if they're able to watch it right now or come back and watch the replay, that's a better conversion rate for me. So this is what I prefer in just my experience. Now, if you're going to be doing something that is time sensitive, you're promoting this live thing because you do want people to ask questions. You do need that interactions. I used to do live webinars every week. And what I would do is let people submit their questions if they didn't want to ask them live or put them in the chat. But I would do live marketing questions with Jacob. So this is a great way to get more interaction with people, answer their questions, and show value there. Another thing that I would always use live webinar for is sometimes I do better when it's live because in the back of my mind, I know I can always pause the video or restart the video. And it's just not as natural. So when I know I'm live, it's almost like I do a little better just because I know there's no going back. So sometimes I'll record a live webinar and then I'll take that live webinar because again, if it's not anything that's time specific, I will then take that live webinar and then upload it as an on-demand webinar. So you could do both of those things. That way, if you're like me, it just kind of forces you to get it done because it's live. Then you can take that and then have it be evergreen. This is one of the best ways to generate leads. My good example that I did is when I did my Google Business Profile, I did an on-demand webinar, which we're going to select. And what I did was gave them 3 tips on how to optimize your profile today. So that way they got something of value. They could, whether they bought my course or not, they were able to fix their profile enough to at least have it start ranking a little better and be better optimized. But if they wanted my course, they could get it, but I also offered them, a limited time discount for attending the webinar. So those are things that you would use it for, whether it's for you or for your client in various industries like real estate, coaching, content creation, courses, things like that. So we're going to name our webinar. So for just the purposes of this, we're just going to call this pre-recorded webinar number 1. And then we're going to go to next. I haven't created a form for this, so go create a form, okay? Before you do this, you want to create a form. I just typically get first name, last name, require email address and first name and last name, and then phone number is optional. I'm just trying to get them to, get the course. I'm not picking up the phone and calling them. I'll nurture them on an email drip and my weekly newsletter. But for sake of demonstration, we're just going to use the newsletter sign up form, which I believe is just first name, last name, email. Then we're going to go to next. Now we're going to upload a video. So go upload a video. I just uploaded a short one. When you upload it, it could say it could take up to 30 minutes for it to be encoded for the webinar. So it's not going to be live right away, but it'll do that within 30 minutes. And then we choose our template. So the 2 templates I kind of recommend, unless you are DIY, like home renovation type deal. The financial planning's good and the e-commerce marketing is a good one. So I'll show you both of those. We're going to do the financial planning first. And then once you hit create and select that, it's going to create your pages in a matter of minutes. And this is one thing that I love because this just helps you get it done. Remember, done is better than perfect. It's just a webinar registration. You can fully customize these. So we have the registration page, the confirmation page that they are registered, and then the broadcast page. Okay. Then up here here's our pages. Then we have our stats. So our stats will show you the traffic view to webinar registration, confirmation, and broadcast page. So we can see how far they made it through the funnel. Now, the difference between all and uniques are this. Sometimes people register for a webinar and they lose the link or they exit off the page. They're going to come do it again. So technically that would get another page view, but it will track them and who's all unique within a specific period of time. You can track all of your opt-ins. And then if you add a product, which you will have to add through payments and products, if you're offering a course or whatever, you'll go create that product here under payments and products. And then you can track the sales and orders as well. And then you can see earnings per page view. Again, track the sales here. And then it tells you up here, all orders and sales on version 2 of this funnel are available in the payments and orders transaction tab. So if you go to payments, orders and transactions, that'll give you all of the data from version 1 of this funnel because I've had an update since then. You can add your security headers. You can add your events. So if you're using something like Pixels and you want to track your clicks and events, you can do that as well. And then all of your settings here. So you would want to give your name, the path to this webinar. You'll select a domain. So if you can go add a domain, a lot of times all of my platforms, I do go.the domain for any of the funnels that I'm creating. You can put tracking code, your body tracking code. You can do a live chat widget. So this is great for your pre-recorded webinars because if you're monitoring them, you can do a chat widget, or they can just submit their question by doing, their name, email address, and submit their question, and you can reply to that via email. So payment mode, required credit card for $0 purchase. I always have turned that off. Image optimization, always optimize JavaScript. And then if you need to be GDPR compliant for fonts, you can turn that on. So you would just save those settings. So let's say we're just going to go ahead and select that, say save. I'm going to leave the path the same. And then now we've updated our settings. One thing is we're going to update each one of these pages. So let's view them. So one of the things that we're going to do that I like to do, instead of just hitting edit, I like to edit in a new tab. And that way it just opens a new tab. And that way you don't have to go back. So if you want to go take a look at a quick page or another part in there, it's opened up in a new tab. So let's take a look at this page. So right up here, here's our form, first and last name. So this is the full name field, email. And then obviously we can track and edit all of this. So I would get rid of that button because I don't need them to add it to my account. I want them to register for the webinar. And so you can go through stages. And so a lot of times this is typical format. You're going to show them 3 things that they're going to get from this webinar. You can add another video if you wanted of yourself talking. You can introduce your speakers, have a testimonial, frequently asked questions. Again, start your renovation journey. Okay, so let's go back. And now let's take a look at the next page. So go through, customize those. You can watch our page builder tutorials. It's very simple. You can just click on the text and highlight it. So let's open a new tab here. All right, so same thing. Thank you for registering, and then they can click immediately to watch the webinar. Okay, so right there. Now, if I'm doing a webinar, put your copyright stuff here. Do not give them pages to click on. You can if you want, but then they're going to get distracted from watching this. So I usually, on funnels, you want to keep them on the funnel and don't want them to go anywhere. Typically, if they were waiting for the webinar, like they had a day or so on the live webinar, you could keep stuff down here to keep them looking and clicking. But on the pre-recorded, I would limit those pages as well. And then let's look at the last page, which would be the broadcast page. Okay. And then this is where your video that you uploaded would be embedded and they would watch this. So you could navigate all this. Again, I wouldn't necessarily have them click around. You could add some timer. There is a there's countdown timers. Maybe they don't let you use them in this section. Hold on. Yeah, they don't. Oh yeah, so you can do a countdown and drag, and then basically what will happen here is that stuff will appear once the countdown has started, okay? So you could have an offer appear after so many minutes, and then they could click on that to register. So a lot of times I'll offer stuff for those that just decide that, yeah, I want to go buy this product. I want to buy it now. They can go do that as well. And if you want, you can add the product link there so they can go ahead and click it to buy it right then and there as well. So that way they don't have to wait. All right, so that's how you customize it. And we'll do a little more on the other one. So let's go back and take a look now and do the live one. It's pretty much the same. So this would be our live webinar number 1. Spell webinar correctly. Choose my time zone. So I am Chicago based time. And then you're going to select the date and time of the webinar. So let's say I'm going to do it tomorrow. Oops. Tomorrow, let's do at 10 a.m. And say, okay, confirm. Now is our webinar. We say next, we select a registration form. You'd go create it for that. Now, like I was telling you before, in stuff like Easy Webinar, you would host your live webinar inside that platform. Right now, you have to use something. So you could use Zoom. If you're going to go live on your YouTube, you could do that as well. Just put your YouTube link when you're actually going to go live to that live. So whatever platform you're using to go live, you would put that link there. So we were using Zoom. I would just put my Zoom link and make sure you create a specific event for that because you don't want to give them your personal Zoom link. So whatever your Zoom link is, give it to them. And then we're going to use the e-commerce one this time and take a look at it just to see what it looks like. And then again, same things, settings are the same. Add your product in there. Let's go ahead and preview this. So if we look here, same thing, you can customize the text. So obviously we need to add a picture to this background about the webinar, about the host. So this one's more for a single host, things that they're going to learn, and then what they're going to get out of it from the product. So if they're ready to start learning, enrolling your coaching, or get your high level platform, this is what I'm going to be using this week is be promoting our high level platform to another industry and creating a webinar specific to them and running an ad to that webinar. So that's a great thing too, that you can run an ad to these webinars. So let me go back on my tab. And then that's how you'll do it. So you would track your webinars there. And then when you go to webinars, you can see all of your webinars that you have going. And it's as easy as that. And if you have different categories of webinars, maybe you're doing a live and pre-recorded and you're creating one for every industry that you're going after, you can create a folder and store those in there so you have better organization as well. So it's as simple as that. You can use these, you could run ads to these. That's why under the settings, there was all of the event type things. So one thing I didn't show you, and I'll show you now, is that when you're looking at these webinars, okay, so if I click live webinar and I go to stats, this is a great thing is you can actually create a report based on a specific time frame. So let's say that you're going to run 3 days of ads to give it a boost and see how well it does. What you can do is go in and take a look when the ad started and when it ended to see all of the different things. So you can see right there, I had a page view on the registration because we went and looked at it. So this is a great way to track all of your products just to see, especially if you're running a sale or you're running ads, just to see how things perform. And you can track the reporting here as well and even track it in the dashboard. All right, I hope you found that information helpful. You know, it's my goal in every video to give you something that you can walk away today and grow your business. So if you have any questions about what we went over, drop those down in the comments below. If you're not using HighLevel already and you want to try it for free, typically HighLevel gives you a 14-day trial, but if you click my link down below, you can actually get a 30-day free trial. Plus you'll be enrolled into our free online community to help each other grow and use HighLevel better. And then on top of that, anytime I roll out new information, you also get a coaching call with me. You get access to all of those things inside of our community platforms. And if you don't need your own version of HighLevel, let's say you're not going to resell sub accounts and you want your own personalized platform, there's information down below where you can see our white labeled brand of HighLevel that we've customized and all the support that we provide with it with High5 Connect, and you can schedule a demo down below. So if you want to keep seeing more content like this, you know exactly what to do. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.